And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a reaction to the action of the World Wrestling Empire!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Devlin Dome.
Oh, this is the Ledge with Devlin Blanchard. We've got a great night tonight. The big news is that the board will allow Flaymin Raymon to wrestle Shane Cortez in defense of Renegade's title. Man, I can't wait to see that. This is going to be great.
I have serious fears for the physical well-being of Flaymin Raymon. Cortez put his hands on me a mere 2 weeks ago, and I'm still feeling the pain.
Of course, in the other big news, the Outlaws will defend their title against the Southern Express tonight. That's going to happen right here this evening. It's going to be a great night. Of course, then we've got Annihilator coming up against Michael the Rock Johnson, a big rivalry there. Can't wait to see all this happening right here tonight on the World Wrestling Empire.
It's all breaking down, baby, right here in the Devlin Dome.
All right, well, we're going to take a short commercial break and then be back with a word from the Texas Outlaws. This is The Ledge with Prince Devlin Blanchard. You're watching the World Wrestling Empire. Now buy something from these people right here. They're good folks, and we want you to give them their money because they're putting us on TV right now.
And don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Lost out there.
Let's call Domino's. They cost too much. Let's call Little Caesar. They don't deliver. Let's call Mazio's. They take too long. Let's call Pizza Hut. No way!
Guys, need a suggestion? Call Luigi's Pizza where you get 1, 2, 3 pizzas for the price of 1 with free delivery. Don't just stand there. Call and get 1, 2, 3 pizzas for the price of 1. Hey, with all those pizzas, you can even call up the girls and you might just score a
touchdown.
Luigi's Pizza. Look us up in the yellow pages.
Need insurance if you have a car, boat, or motorcycle, even if you have traffic tickets or a DUI. If you own a business, if you are a renter, Try Us for Insurance has been serving Oklahomans since 1951. We are property and casualty insurance specialists. Try Us for Insurance, an independent agent for property and casualty insurance. Try Us for Insurance, 831 North Sheridan, Tulsa. That's 834-5663.
When you drive by these storefronts, do you know instantly what they sell? Do you know the flavor, the quality of what's inside? Well, this is just one reason to turn to a Blaze window design for your sign needs. Made from a tough solar film that protects and insulates your windows and reduces ultraviolet rays, these graphics are practical as well as beautiful. Whether in a commercial or residential setting, let a Blaze design create and install a unique sign of your individuality. Oh yes, a Blaze can also fill your other sign needs, from banners to magnetics to auto designs. Call us now.
It's the Shop and Compare carpet sale at Bowen's Discount Carpets.
Shop and compare.
Heavy-duty commercial carpet, only $3.99 per square yard.
Shop and compare.
A new shipment of beautiful nylon carpet, only $4.99 per square yard. Bowen's has hundreds of rolls in stock with name brand carpet and vinyl floor covering at discount prices. Shop the other places and compare prices to Bowen's Discount Carpet, 7736 Charles Page Boulevard, Tulsa.
Shop and compare.
Bowen's Discount Carpet. We refuse to be undersold.
Standing here with the World Wrestling Empire Tag Team Champions, the Texas Outlaws. Now, you guys have a big match coming up against Southern Express. Is the feud between you and Tennessee Rebel going to affect your performance in this match?
How can it affect? I done took the punk down, beat the snot out of him, and we're going to do the same thing tonight when we get in that tag team. I don't know why they refuse to just lay down and say 1, 2, 3, because we beat them, what, 3 times already? When are they going to have enough of us?
All right, well, let me ask this, Bone Crusher Bobby Burns. How do you plan to collect that bounty on Scott Summers?
I'll tell you how I'm going to collect that bounty on Mr. Summers. Mr. Summers is not a wrestler. Mr. Summers is not a fighter. And worst of all, Mr. Summers is not from Texas. And I don't even think he's a true Southerner. And when we get in the ring, Mr. Summers, I'm going to hurt you, son. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to break your will. I'm going to break your spirit. And then I'm going to break your bones. Because why do you think they call me? Bone Crusher, Bubba. That money is mine. Woo!
All right, there you have it. Coming up on the World Wrestling Empire, the Tag Team Champions, Texas Outlaws, take on the Southern Express. Okay, welcome back to the Empire. The Texas Outlaws have a few harsh words for the Southern Express. Bobby Burns has that bounty out on Scott Summers. It's going to be a good night tonight.
And, of course, last week we saw a Tennessee Rebel in a singles match against Dirty Dan Wilder. How many times must the Texas Outlaws beat the snot out of the Southern Express before these geeks just sit back and give it up? They haven't done it yet. What makes them think they're going to be able to do it tonight?
Well, I don't know, but we got some other matches coming up tonight, too. So I'll tell you, why don't you intro this one, and we're going to get on with it.
Of course, one of my favorite wrestlers, and also accompanied by the man who pays my bills, Silverado, coming out to the Annihilator, and the former, and Grandma, I stress the word former champion, TJ Steele. You know, I've made a new rule here in the Devlin Dome, being the Prince. There will be no more signs, and there will be no more chance of Princess in this building. Now, to the business at hand, Big A against the former champ. Let's take it up to the ledge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in first, a 4-time World Wrestling Empire former heavyweight champion, standing 6 foot 7 inches tall, weighing in at 322 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, Annihilator!
Big A, Annihilator, of course, escorted to the ring by my man, Silverado. Good to see you tonight, Big A. Take it to him, brother. Of course he will. Look at the size of this man. This man is awesome. Brute force and power. Now for his opponent to the ledge.
His opponent this evening, standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 240 pounds, from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Michael "The Rock" Johnson! Oh, I'm sorry, we've had a change in the card. They're bringing out TJ Steele to take on Annihilator. He's 6 foot tall, 240 pounds.
TJ Steele coming to ringside, former champion of the World Wrestling Empire. He was defeated by the Beast because of the 30-day rule. He had gone more than 30 days without defending that title. He was stripped for failure to appear to defend that title against the Beast. The Beast was then awarded the heavyweight title, and he is champion no more.
Unbelievable. They substituted TJ Steele in place of Michael "The Rock" Johnson. I can't help but wonder if Annihilator's going to be ready for the big guy.
Of course he is. You see, you are ill-informed, my friend. While you were up there wondering what was going on, Prince Devlin knew all along. See, former champion Annihilator against former champion TJ Steele.
And Annihilator's ready to get after TJ Steele. There they go. There's the bell as the match begins. Annihilator's already backed TJ into the turnbuckles. He's going to work on him. TJ able to reverse the whip, and that whole ring shakes as Annihilator hits the corner.
They moved the whole ring about 2 feet when Annihilator hit that corner.
Unbelievable. Referee Doug McCoy backs TJ Steele off of Annihilator. Silverado stands helpless at ringside.
This place is blowing up. They're taking the roof off the Devlin Dome right here.
Oh, Annihilator seems to have been slightly injured. He's taking his time about tying up with probably the most physically developed man in the Empire, TJ Steele. Collar and elbow tie-up.
2 of the biggest and most powerful men here in the Empire right here. We saw Annihilator a short time ago take on the Beast, and it was brutality, my friend. Let's see how TJ handles the brutality of Annihilator tonight.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Annihilator forces TJ Steele into the ropes. The referee Doug McCoy orders the hold broken, but not before Annihilator goes with a forearm to the chest of TJ. Oh, follows it up with a big boot. Annihilator right back in on TJ now and really going to work on him.
Annihilator definitely making short order of TJ Steele. Going to the legs of the big man right here. Watch it. It's brutal. Here it is.
All right, Annihilator going to take the legs out from underneath the former World Wrestling Empire heavyweight champion. You know, I was talking to TJ not too long ago. He indicated to me that the title change that happened was a result of some illness in his family. He had to leave the building that night, and he was very, very adamant about the fact that he would be gaining his belt back.
Of course, we have lists of contenders. Count of 2 by Doug McCoy. We have a list of contenders here in the World Wrestling Empire. TJ Steele, being the former champion, of course, is at the top of that list. He is the #1 contender for the heavyweight title. Annihilator right now making his climb up that ladder on his way back to the World Wrestling Empire heavyweight title, taking it to TJ Steele, the #1 contender.
Oh,
and Annihilator wins tonight. That moves him up one more notch on that ladder.
Oh, and now Annihilator's outside the ring, slams that knee into that edge of that ring. TJ still in a lot of trouble right now. Annihilator's had the opportunity to really work over the legs of the former heavyweight champion. 265-pound TJ Steele is back on his feet, though. Annihilator's taunting TJ, moves into a position to set TJ up. Now he falls. Oh, and a good move by TJ, showing some ring savvy. He suckered Annihilator into action, and now TJ able to take advantage of that little mistake by Annihilator.
Annihilator just waited too long to mount his offensive. Here's TJ with an Irish whip into the ropes. Big backdrop on Annihilator.
All right, good move by TJ Steele. Obviously trying to buy some time to recover from that leg injury.
That shows you the strength of TJ Steele. Annihilator is 322 pounds, and he flipped Annihilator over his back like he was a rag doll.
TJ working on Annihilator now, trying to bring him to his knees, sets him up, pushes him into the ropes. There's the whip. Oh, and a big boot by TJ Steele right into the midsection of Annihilator. That had to hurt.
I would bet that TJ Steele wears probably a size 13 boot, and coming with that kind of weight and strength behind it, you know that's got to hurt. But Annihilator always thinking, going right back to the legs of TJ Steele.
You know, we can always expect a good match when these two guys tie it up in the middle of the squared circle, and tonight has been no exception. It's been non-stop action from the beginning. Annihilator goes in with the big boot. Now TJ Steele is in trouble in the ring.
It is definitely heating up. A lot of guys are gunning for the beast. And the heavyweight title in the World Wrestling Empire carries a lot of prestige. Of course, the man with the gold makes the most money. And that's the goal right here for Annihilator tonight.
All right, and right now the crowd is rocking the building, trying to encourage TJ Steele to come to his feet. In the meantime, Annihilator follows up with a good hamstring stretch, snaps that leg over. You know, that move right there can cause a lot of injury to that ball joint in your hip. Can permanently injure a wrestler, but right now TJ is showing some strength and stamina of his own as he comes to his feet and goes after Annihilator.
Steele is going to have to watch his moves real quick, real close.
Oh, TJ Steele throws Annihilator into the ropes, and the ring breaks.
They just
snapped the ring.
That is so much beef in that ring.
Unbelievable. TJ Steele is going in after Annihilator.
That is unbelievable. He snapped Annihilator into the ropes with so much force and so much weight. It just broke the ropes completely. The ring posts are leaning in. Unbelievable.
TJ Steele working on Annihilator, brings him to his feet.
That's a side salto suplex. Annihilator looks like he's out cold. TJ's rolling and pushing him right out of the ring. Oh my,
TJ's going
on the sledge.
TJ's going out of the ring after Annihilator.
Doug McCoy counting it out in the meantime. TJ's got a chair.
Oh, and TJ goes after Annihilator with the chair. Referee Doug McCoy orders the bell rang. There's been a disqualification.
What's the ruling here?
I don't know. I'm waiting for an indication. The bell was ordered rung by referee Doug McCoy. Oh, and Annihilator has been declared the winner by disqualification. Disqualified TJ for that. We're using that chair.
This is completely unbelievable. He whipped Annihilator into those ropes. That 322 pounds into those ropes so hard. They broke the ring.
Annihilator goes after TJ Steele with the chair. Referee Doug McCoy is right there. There'll be fines levied for the action in the hallway.
What if we can get a camera back there to see what's going on? He just left TJ laying right there. That looks like a winner to me.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you, That was as wild as it gets here in the Empire. We're going to have to take a short commercial break, sell a few things. We got to put the ring back together from where it was broke by Annihilator. Oh no, well let's sell a few things with our sponsors. I'm the Ledge with Devlin Blanchard. This is the World Wrestling Empire. We're going to get a word in from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
You're the Ledge, and I am amazed.
Hi, I'm Glenn DeWeese, the owner of Davcom Video and the director of tonight's show. And this is the edit suite where we put it all together. You know, it's a proven fact that people who both see and hear information remember significantly more than people who only see or hear it. Recent advances in video technology have brought high-quality video within the reach of even the smallest business or organization. If you have a video need for anything from large multi-camera shoots from cheerleading competitions to professional wrestling, or perhaps you want to showcase your product in a trade show or create a training video for your employees, Davcom Video offers turnkey production from scripting to making your copies. And we'll work with your budget to give you the best video product your money can buy. Call us now, 749-9447. References available upon request.
Have you been through some rocky relationships lately? Watch Singles TV and bring somebody new into your life.
Singles TV every Friday at 6 p.m. on Cable 9.
The World Wrestling Empire returns to the Airport Air National Guard Armory for a live TV taping on Saturday, February 4th, 1995. Be there for Devlin Blanchard Fan Appreciation Night. Come to the door, say, "I hate Devlin Blanchard," and get in free. That's at the Airport Air National Guard Armory, 4200 North Mingo Valley Expressway. Doors open at 7, bell time is 8 o'clock. Be there. This is the Southern Express with their manager, Viper. They're going to be taking on the Texas Outlaws in a match for the tag team belts of the World Wrestling Empire. Viper, since your recent acquisition and move into management with the Southern Express after the disappearance of Colonel Tom Parman, is there any kinds of new strategy that you plan to introduce to this match?
Well, that's classified, Ledge, but I will tell you, the Outlaws will not walk out of this building with the belts.
All right. Now, Scott Summers, Bobby Burns has personally put a bounty on your head. He's after you tonight. Any comments?
You got a bounty on my head, big man, but it hasn't been collected yet. You want to collect the bounty, you bring yourself on down, and you collect it yourself if you're man enough. You know, last time we wrestled, you pile drive my head right into the mat. But I'm still here, I'm still coming at you, and you're going to have to deal with Scott Summers, you're going to have to deal with the Tennessee Rebel and Viper, and you're going down.
All right, and the big question in everybody's mind, how will the feud between Dirty Dan Wilder and the Tennessee Rebel affect the strategy for this match?
I'll tell you how it's going to affect it. When I get through with Dirty Dan, there ain't going to need to be any tag team match, because I doubt if he's going to be able to get back in the ring. I'm going to take that boy and I'm going to mop him all the way around the ring, and when I get through, there won't be any Dirty Dan.
Well, there you have it, a good match in the World Wrestling Empire. We'll be right back.
Remember this, though, the South.
All right, welcome back to the World Wrestling Empire. Boy, we just had the ring just about tore apart by the weight of Annihilator, and TJ obviously disappointed. Qualification going on in there. Too much action for me to describe almost, huh, Devlin Blanchard?
That was unreal.
Unbelievable.
Of course, we just saw an interview there with the Southern Express. That's coming up. It's going to break down. The titles are on the line.
You know, I think the things to watch in this next match, one, is going to be the feud, which is the only way to describe it, going on between Dirty Dan Wilder and the Tennessee Rebel. I can't help but believe that is in some way going to affect this match.
And let's not forget the bounty on Scott Summers. Bone Crusher said he put a bounty on Scott Summers and he was going to collect it for himself.
Yes, so we look forward to a lot of action there. I'll tell you what, Devlin, you want to set this up and let's get ready to do this thing.
Oh, I don't know if the ring is going to be able to hold all this action and all this beef. Man, this is it. We've waited. It's come down to this. After non-title match after non-title match, it's come down right now. The Texas Outlaws, Bone Crusher Bobby Burns and Dirty Dan Wilder defending the titles against the Tennessee Rebel and the Librarian, Scott Summers. It's all coming down right here tonight. The titles are on the line. We may see new champions. For the introductions, let's take it to the ledge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the referee for this match, Mr. Doug McCoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a World Wrestling Empire title match for the tag team belts. First, the challengers with a combined total weight of 481 pounds. They are Scott Summers and the Tennessee Rebel. Together they are known as the Southern Express.
I'm very interested to see if Viper is escorting the Southern Express to the ring tonight. Ledge told me last week that Viper was going to be now officially managing. I guess that answers my question. Here he comes waving the Rebel flag. So the Southern Express, Tennessee Rebel and Scott Summers with their new manager, Viper.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the World Wrestling Empire Tag Team Champions with a combined total weight of 483 pounds. They are from the Badlands of Texas. Bone Crusher, Bobby Burns, and Dirty Dan Wilder. Together they are the Texas Outlaws.
Boy, the Outlaws charging the ring. The Ledge has barely got time to get out of there before he's crammed up in a corner. It's breaking down. It has come to a head. There we go. Double whip off the ropes. We'll see if the ring stands it. And a double clothesline with the bull rope by the Texas Outlaws. They came here tonight to defend their titles and take them home with them and take out the Southern Express in the process, Ledge.
Well, I can believe that the Outlaws would come in with these types of tactics. They may believe that this is the only shot they've got at winning this match is to defeat them before the bell starts. Referee Doug McCoy has got his hands full tonight.
I don't think that it has anything to do with what they have to do to retain the titles. I think it has to do with sheer hatred. These four men do not like each other one iota. And I think right here, it's reached its peak. It's time to find out whether the Southern Express can put up or shut up right here tonight.
Referee Doug McCoy checks both wrists. There's the bell. Here we go. Scott Summers and Dirty Dan Wilder talking up in the middle of the ring. Dirty Dan taking his time about sizing it up.
We've been waiting to see this one for quite some time. They've had a lot of non-title matches, a lot of very, what can we say, precarious endings.
Precarious endings.
Controversial endings.
And Bone Crusher Bobby Burns going at it. The Outlaws taking their time about developing a strategy for this match. Doing a good job of setting him up. Meanwhile, Scott Summers and the Tennessee Rebel are ready. Scott Summers stalking the Bone Crusher.
Another thing that could come into play in this critical match is the presence of Viper outside the ring. He is the new manager of the Southern Express.
Very good. I understand that in the absence of Colonel Tom Harmon, Viper has taken over those duties, and at this point, based on what has been indicated to me by the Southern Express, they like the job he's doing. Oh, and Scott Summers is hard of waiting. He's ready to get it going tonight. Here we go. Scott Summers goes after Bone Crusher Bobby Burns.
You can see the pain on the Bone Crusher's face. Once again, he's favoring that back. We saw that just a few weeks ago. He was favoring his back, and they're going to work on it early in the match.
Bone Crusher Bobby Burns obviously injured by that assault from Scott Summers. Referee Doug McCoy at this point administering the 10 count, ordering Bone Crusher Bobby Burns to get back into that ring.
You know, just a side comment about Viper. In the short time that he came to the World Wrestling Empire, he has really worked his way up and worked hard to get where he's at. And tonight, he could be the manager of the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Right now, Bone Crusher Bobby Burns, Librarian Scott Summers squaring off, collar and elbow tie up. Bone Crusher with a headlock, Ledge.
A good move by the Bone Crusher as he goes to work on that neck area of Scott Summers from the Southern Express. Bone Crusher, of course, famous for his crushing blows and also the pressure that he can exert Nice side takeover. Puts Scott Summers onto the mat, but he's able to get his feet into the rope.
You know, just to kind of evaluate a situation, I think it's the first time that I've seen the Southern Express against the Outlaws when Scott Summers didn't send Tennessee Rebel in as the sacrificial lamb.
I totally understand what you're saying. I gotta believe that all of it was a master plan on the part of the Southern Express to set the Outlaws up for this one moment in time. I know the Outlaws have had a very long-range plan in their pursuit of this belt. It's all led up to this match right here. I can't help but believe this is the part of the strategy that the Southern Express has yet to reveal to us, and is how they're going to handle the Outlaws tonight.
Well, and with the addition of Viper, maybe Viper has come in and offered some new training techniques, some new training regimens, some viewpoints that possibly the Southern Express hadn't seen before.
Of course, and as a side note, it is no secret to those familiar with the inside workings of the Empire. They know that when Viper was a tag team partner of Annihilator, the Outlaws worked out with them. So Viper is going to have a lot of insight into how the Outlaws are going to approach this match right here. And I'm sure he's imparted that knowledge of strategy to the Southern Express, and right now it appears to be working.
Well, I can't help but believe that Bone Crusher Bobby Burns has somewhere along the way suffered an injury to the lower back area, because he does keep favoring that area of his body. And if he shows the Southern Express that that part of his body has been injured, they will take advantage of that.
Well, and Bobby Burns was a little slow on moving in on Scott Summers right there. It cost him a move by Scott, and now he's in a precarious position.
Here's where Scott Summers could have an advantage, because he has more Greco-Roman and amateur-style wrestling experience than Bone Crusher.
Both men able to get to their feet. Bone Crusher obviously ready for whatever Scott Summers has to dish out. Those are two very intelligent athletes in that ring right now, sizing each other up.
And really, outside of the weight disadvantage that Scott Summers is at, they're virtually the same size.
Scott Summers is definitely one of the smartest men in the World Wrestling Empire, one of the most technically correct, one of the most ring savvy. He has great knowledge of the workings of professional wrestling. So we'll have to be careful and keep a good eye on Scott tonight, as I'm sure he'll be coaching over there in the corner when Tennessee Rebel finally does enter the ring.
Scott Summers now in there with a front chancery on Bone Crusher Bobby Burns. Once again, the amateur wrestling experience coming into play there, but Burns also showing that he can match move for move with Scott Summers.
All right, now the moves seem to all be in favor of Scott Summers. Oh, there's the tag by the Southern Express. Tennessee Rebel comes in with the elbow to the shoulder. Now torques it down with the wrist lock, and he's got the Bone Crusher on his knees. Bone Crusher attempts to rise, but the Tennessee Rebel torques it on down, really putting a lot of pressure on that shoulder. Obviously, they feel like the key to this match is to injure Bone Crusher Bobby Burns and keep him out of that ring.
Well, he is the bigger of the two men. So if you take out the tank, that leaves you the Jeep.
There you go.
What an analogy, huh?
Great analogy, Devlin. You're finally beginning to learn some things from me, I can tell. Much impressed.
Speaking of learning, have you noticed, because I've done a lot of research and I do a lot of studying of the men in this ring to be the color analyst that I am. Have you noticed that there has been quite a bit of a different strategy? There's a 2 count by Doug McCoy. There's been quite a bit of different strategy by the Southern Express in this match than they have used in their prior conflicts with the Texas Outlaws.
That's correct. It appears at this point that the strategy of the Southern Express is to keep the Outlaws in the middle of the mat and to mat wrestle them, keep them off them ropes, keep them out of the Outlaws' corner, give them a chance to come out with the upper hand. I believe they'll try to mat wrestle the Outlaws and try to wear them down for a little while.
Here's the big rivalry.
Here we go, and now Dirty Dan Wilder goes in against Tennessee Rebel.
Right there's the rivalry. These two men have so much animosity toward each other.
Oh, and Dirty Dan goes outside the ring to put the big guillotine on Tennessee Rebel. Tennessee Rebel tries to get to the tag, but Dirty Dan comes in with the forearm. Scott Summers is into the ring. Oh, and now Dirty Dan is back over there. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns is working on Tennessee Rebel from outside the ring.
See, the biggest mistake the Southern Express can make is to put the smaller man, being Tennessee Rebel, in the ring with the bigger man, Bone Crusher Bobby Burns. The wise ring strategy would be Scott Summers stay with Burns, Tennessee Rebel with Wilder.
Bone Crusher Bobby Burns back into the ring against the Tennessee Rebel. Good tag by the Outlaws. Brings the bigger man in against the smaller opponent. Now he goes in with that reverse chin lock. Referee Doug McCoy right there on top of the action.
You know, there is one thing I definitely want to point out. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns is the perfect example of a man who really enjoys his work.
Well,
that's right. You heard it.
I heard it.
Right out of the mouth of Dirty Dan Wilder.
I heard it. And right now, Tennessee Rebel's been spending a lot of time in that ring against the big man, and it's beginning to take its toll right now as the Bone Crusher goes with the big leg drop. There's a boot into that corner. There's a tag by the Outlaws.
I've heard them say many times upon using that maneuver they just use, if he wants an inch, we'll give him a foot, and that's exactly what they do.
All right, Dirty Dan Wilder in the ring now against the Tennessee Rebel. Referee Doug McCoy is right there on top of the action. You know, Devlin, I know you don't like referee Doug McCoy, but I think the man really does a good job. Much impressed with him.
I'm enjoying seeing Doug McCoy out here tonight.
Very good.
I am enjoying it. And you know why I'm enjoying it? Because I know that it's one of the last few times I'll have to see his ugly little puny face in this ring.
Well, I know there's a big feud setting up between you and Doug McCoy. It'll be interesting to see how that develops.
We're only a few weeks away, my friend, till we say bye-bye to Doug McCoy.
So let me get this straight. It is your intention to actually bring Doug McCoy into a match with Steve Harley refereeing.
That is exactly right. The Atomic Playboy Steve Harley, the wealthiest man in professional wrestling, still has his referee's license and will referee the match between me and Doug McCoy just a few weeks from tonight.
Unbelievable. I don't know how you ever managed that. Right now, it looks like the Texas Outlaws are managing the Southern Express. Oh, there's the tag, and Scott Summers comes in fresh and goes after Bone Crusher, Bobby Burns.
That knee lift that Burns just gave the Tennessee Rebel obviously taking its toll.
Now referee Doug McCoy is ordering Scott Summers out of the ring. He says he didn't see the tag. Tennessee Rebel is going to be ordered back into the ring to make the tag.
Viper was definitely not liking what he saw right there. He was admonishing McCoy very harshly.
Tennessee Rebel a little upset by that call as he circles the ring against the larger man, Bone Crusher Bobby Burns.
Stalk each other, tie up, collar and elbow.
Oh, Bone Crusher comes out with a couple of hard shots to the chest. He's really going to work on the Tennessee Rebel now.
He is pounding the snot out of this guy. Look at this.
Oh!
Into a slam.
Puts his hands around the neck of Tennessee Rebel, picks him up off the ground and slams him into the mat.
And then just to add insult to injury, he raked the eyes. I like Bobby Burns. I like his style.
The tag. Scott Summers is into the match now. He makes sure the referee saw it, and now he heads for the Bone Crusher. Dirty Dan's into the ring. Scott sees him.
It's a belly-to-belly suplex.
Nice takedown. Follows it up with the boot, and Dirty Dan Wilder's in trouble in the ring against Scott Summers.
Big clothesline. Another big clothesline.
Oh, and Dirty Dan Wilder is on that concrete floor. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns to checking over his tag team partner, but the Bone Crusher's got problems of his own. He's being ordered back into the ring by referee Doug McCoy.
Dirty Dan Wilder is definitely very confused as to where he is right now. He just took a swing at his own partner. Uh-oh, Wilder picking up a chair. This man is not a nice guy to be in the ring with when he's got a chair in his hand.
Oh, referee Doug McCoy has his hands full, doesn't he? He managed to back Dirty Dan Wilder out of the ring. He's got the Bone Crusher and Scott Summers sizing each other up. These men are locked eyeball to eyeball in that deadly stare as they go into the collar and elbow tie-up. Bone Crusher pushes Scott Summers into the ropes, and Scott Summers comes back with a big shove, sends the Bone Crusher down.
Right now, the Outlaws are getting very frustrated. Their game plan is not working out right. Scott Summers has thrown a monkey wrench into the machine. Bobby Burns and Dan Wilder are getting very frustrated with this match. They've got to remain calm, they've got to remain cool, and keep it together. Otherwise, the Southern Express will take advantage of it.
Can't help but believe some of that frustration is born out of the feud going on between Dirty Dan Wilder and the Tennessee Rebel. Of course, that bounty on the head of Scott Summers by the Bone Crusher hasn't helped things any either. Both men now into the middle of the ring, back to a collar and elbow tie-up. Oh, and Scott Summers goes into a hammerlock. He's really putting the pressure on the Bone Crusher right now. Trying to disable that man with that shoulder. Dirty Dan Wilder tries to get into the ring. He's ordered back by referee Doug McCoy.
I will definitely admit that McCoy has his hands full right here. These guys have come to the point where they really don't care about the rules that much. They want to fight.
They want to fight.
That is it.
These guys want to brawl.
Oh, very smooth move by Summers there.
Oh, there's the tag. Tennessee Rebel comes to the ring. Big double axe handle, the back of the Bone Crusher. Tennessee Rebel now in the ring against the larger man. There's the whip off the rope, follows it up with a big elbow. Oh, rolls, oh, and Dirty Dan into the ring. Hits the head of Tennessee Rebel.
You know that elbow carried a lot of force. For the man the size of the Rebel to take Bone Crusher Bobby Burns off his feet, there was a lot of force behind that elbow.
Now Tennessee Rebel going back to work on that shoulder area. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns applying a lot of pressure on that shoulder. I know it is the intention of the Tennessee Rebel to injure the Bone Crusher at this point.
Well, that's kind of elementary, because the only way that the Texas Outlaws will ever surrender the WWE Tag Team titles is if they just absolutely are unfit to continue in a match. They will not give up. They will not allow themselves to be pinned.
Nice takeover by the Tennessee Rebel. Oh no, and Dirty Dan Wilder's into the ring with the elbow on the back of Tennessee Rebel's head. Scott Summers jumps in to save his tag team partner, but too late, and is ordered back to the corner by referee Doug McCoy.
Burns and Rebel both on the mat. Be interesting to see which one of these two men gets up first. They've both taken a lot of punishment so far in this match.
Both men trying to get to their senses, get on their feet. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns taking his time. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Rebel makes it up and comes in and misses with a shot at the Bone Crusher.
Uh-oh, Burns out of position there. Scott Summers just waylays him from outside the ring. What's McCoy doing now?
Oh, referee Doug McCoy is having all kinds of problems with both these tag teams.
You notice McCoy is over in the corner, really getting in the face of Dirty Dan Wilder, but he didn't say anything to Scott Summers.
Some nice leg drops by the Tennessee Rebel puts Bone Crusher Bobby Burns on his back at the edge of the ring. Goes into the reverse chin lock. He's in the wrong corner of the ring right now.
Southern Express have used the Texas Outlaws ring strategy against them. That is cutting the ring in half and keeping your man on your side of the ring for quick tags. And if something would go wrong, your partner is within about 6 or 8 feet away for the tag. Bring the fresh man in. They have used the Outlaws strategy against them so far tonight.
Done a fine job of it. Tennessee Rebel really torquing it down on Bone Crusher Bobby Burns right now. It looks like he's got the sleeper hold locked in. He's putting the big man out on his feet.
There was
Bone
almost
Crusher trying to fight it back. Bone Crusher Bobby Burns suffering at the hands of the Tennessee Rebel.
You know, the sleeper hold is a move that's not used a lot in professional wrestling anymore, and it is a very highly effective move because it blocks the arterioles on either side of the neck. cutting off the oxygen supply to the brain.
Oh, and a good move by the Bone Crusher. Runs the chin of the Tennessee Rebel into the top of his head and gets that hold broken.
That hold also puts the perpetrator in the position of have his teeth jammed together in an instance just like that.
I'd say right now somebody's teeth have been jammed and they're suffering the effects. Now Bone Crusher tags Dirty Dan, and Dirty Dan's back in the ring against the Tennessee Rebel.
Once again, these two men absolutely do not like each other. Big leg drop by Wilder.
Dirty Dan reaching in, going after the Tennessee Rebel. Nice knee into the side of the head of the Rebel. Referee Doug McCoy right there in the middle of the action.
Wilder went for a pile driver. Tennessee Rebel rolled him up. Wilder makes it to the ropes.
Oh, and that looks like a closed fist into the midsection of the Tennessee Rebel. Oh, and a big takedown. Drives that forehead right into the mat. Dirty Dan Wilder really putting the punishment to the Tennessee Rebel.
Wilder is definitely enjoying what he's doing right here tonight. He's taking his time, pointing out to Scott Summers that he is injuring his tag team partner. Now he goes for the pin. 2 count. I don't know why, but Wilder picks him back up off the mat. Oh, right across the back of the skull.
And you know, I can't help but believe all 4 of these athletes will be pretty sore when they wake up tomorrow.
If they wake up tomorrow.
Not a one of them has failed to be on the receiving end of a heck of a lot of punishment.
Rebel let Wilder get into the wrong corner. He made the tag to Bobby Burns, who comes in with a double axe handle on the back of Tennessee Rebel.
Oh, big forearm, and Tennessee Rebel goes to his knees. Bone Crusher brings him into the ropes. Big chop by Bone Crusher Bobby Burns, another big one. There he makes the tag, and once again, Dirty Dan Wilder goes in against the Tennessee Rebel.
Outlaws have cut the ring in half once again, keeping the Rebel over on their side, making quick tags. Double team. They've got the 5 count to get it over with and get out.
Oh, and the Outlaws are over
Summers
in the corner working on the... Oh, they're all in the ring, duking it out.
It's breaking down. We knew it was going to end up like this.
Referee Doug McCoy, he's lost in the middle trying to administer a count.
With all of the hatred and animosity these men have for each other, we knew it would come to this. Not a wrestling match, but a brawl. And it has come up. All 4 men in the ring just wailing on each other.
Referee Doug McCoy trying to get the action broke apart. Oh, no!
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Oh, there's a pin somewhere in the middle of that. We didn't see what was going on.
Wait a minute. Summers pinned Wilder
Referee
at
Doug
the same
McCoy
time.
seems a little confused right now. Oh, we're going to get it.
Wilder was pinned out for 3. Rebel was pinned out for 3. Who gets the belts?
Doug McCoy's trying to figure out what's going on. Both men were pinned. There seems to be some confusion as to who the winner was. Oh,
not
Dirty
finished
Dan
yet.
Wilder is outside the ring now, going to work on the Tennessee Rebel.
Right out here in front of us,
Summers
it's breaking
picks up
down.
a chair.
We got to find out exactly what happened here. Bone Crusher Burns pinned the Tennessee Rebel, and at the same time, Scott Summers pinned Dirty Dan Wilder. McCoy pinned both men down for the count of 3. Who gets the belts?
Oh, they're still going at it on the side. Scott Summers tries to take on referee Doug McCoy to get at the Texas Outlaws.
They are taking it down the hall and back to the dressing room. Where do we go from here?
I guess all we can do now is take a break and find out what's going on. We're going to have to get referee Doug McCoy over here to see what's happening. I have no idea what's going on.
Who gets the titles?
I don't know. We're going to have to get that information from referee Doug McCoy. I'll tell you what, let's go to a commercial break. I'm going to try to get over there and find out what's going on. I'm The Ledge with Devlin Blanchard. This is the World Wrestling Empire, and we've got a big mess going on here. I'm going to try to straighten it out. We'll see what's happening here in just a minute, Jeff.
When you drive by these storefronts, do you know instantly what they sell? Do you know the flavor, the quality of what's inside? Well, this is just one reason to turn to a Blaze window design for your sign needs. Made from a tough solar film that protects and insulates your windows and reduces ultraviolet rays, these graphics are practical as well as beautiful. Whether in a commercial or residential setting, let a Blaze design create and install a unique sign of your individuality. Oh yes, a Blaze can also fill your other sign needs, from banners to magnetics to auto designs. Call us now.
Sir Knight Formal Wear has the tuxedo for you that is the right style, the right color, the right size, at the right price. For your wedding, prom, or that special occasion, it's Sir Knight Formal Wear. Open 7 days a week with 2 locations in Oklahoma City and at South Roads Mall, Tulsa. When you need to look right, Sir Knight Formal Wear.
Let's call Domino's. They cost too much. Let's call Little Caesar. They don't deliver. Let's call Mazio's. They take too long. Let's call Pizza Hut. No way!
Guys, need a suggestion? Call Luigi's Pizza where you get 1, 2, 3 pizzas for the price of 1 with free delivery. Don't just stand there. Call and get 1, 2, 3 pizzas for the price of 1. Hey, with all those pizzas, you can even call up the girls and you might just score a
touchdown.
Luigi's Pizza. Look us up in the yellow pages.
The board of directors for the World Wrestling Empire has approved Flaymin Raymond's defense in place of Renegade against Shane Cortez for the light heavyweight belt here. Now, Raymond, do you have any strategy for this match?
All it's going to be is I'm going to snap him in half. That's it.
Well, we still haven't got any results here. Ledge, why don't you stick a mic down there so we can get a word? Ledge's going to get a mic down there so we can see what's going on here. What's the word?
You obviously was watching the other man that was down. You got a problem with it, you take it up with the board.
Why don't you go to school so you can learn how to see and read? You're about the worst rep I've ever seen in my whole life. You're a scrawny little runt, and I ain't gonna take it. Them belts are ours. We won. 1, 2, 3.
Both y'all suck. Do you think you do my job any better?
Well, there they have it, ladies and gentlemen. They're still going at it at the side of the ring. Apparently, referee Doug McCoy has held up the belts. He's taken them away from the Texas Outlaws. He did not give them to the Southern Express either. I've heard that the board has been mentioned. There seems to be some confusion as to who will hold the belts.
I'm speechless.
Oh, my
Amazing
gosh.
as that seems.
It looks to me like both tag teams were disqualified. The belts have been held up by referee Doug McCoy.
Wait a minute, were they disqualified or was it a double count? What's the verdict here, dog? So the belts are held up. There is no winner. You know, it'd be easy to find out who the winner was if we knew who the 2 legal men in the ring were, who made the legal pin. I lost them. I don't know who was legal in the ring at that point.
Well, we're going to have to let the board sort that one out, see what happens with the belts. Referee Doug McCoy says it's a draw. The belts are held up. There'll have to be some kind of decision by the board of directors on who the winner of that one was. I'll tell you, we got another good match coming at you here in just a minute, but first we're going to take a break and go hit the sponsors for just a second. Maybe we can get a ruling from the board after the commercials. This is Devlin Blanchard. I happen to be the Ledge, and this is the World Wrestling Empire. We'll be right back.
It's the Shop and Compare carpet sale at Bowen's Discount Carpet.
Shop and compare.
Heavy-duty commercial carpet, only $3.99 per square yard.
Shop and compare.
A new shipment of beautiful nylon carpet, only $4.99 per square yard. Bowen's has hundreds of rolls in stock with name brand carpet and vinyl floor covering at discount prices. Shop the other places and compare prices to Bowen's Discount Carpet, 7736 Charles Page Boulevard, Tulsa.
Shop and compare.
Bowen's Discount Carpet. We refuse to be undersold.
Need insurance? If you have a car, boat, or motorcycle, even if you have traffic tickets or a DUI, if you own a business, if you are a renter, Try Us for Insurance has been serving Oklahomans since 1951. We are property and casualty insurance specialists. Try Us for Insurance, an independent agent for property and casualty insurance. Try Us for Insurance, 831 North Sheridan, Tulsa. That's 834-5663.
Next week on the World Wrestling Empire, watch as Leopard Man takes on the World Wrestling Empire light heavyweight champion Shane Cortez. And then watch as newcomers to the Empire, the Military Express, battle the Texas Outlaws. Be there when Ragin' Cajun battles four-time World Wrestling Empire former heavyweight champion Annihilator. And last but not least, Scott Summers takes on Michael the Rock Johnson. That's the World Wrestling Empire next week. Be there.
Hi! Have you been through some rocky relationships lately? Watch Singles TV and bring somebody new into your life.
Singles TV every Friday at 6 p.m. on Cable 9.
Oh, welcome back to the World Wrestling Empire. Man, we've had quite a night going on. First they break the ring, then the referee holds the belts up, and now we got this going on. Flaymin Raymon honestly believes he's got a chance to defeat Shane Cortez.
Well, that shows the tenacity, the courage, and the respectability of Flaymin Raymon. He will step into the ring tonight, right here, in just a few minutes, and he will face Shane Cortez and defend Renegade's light heavyweight title. The WWE Board of Directors ruled that Flaymin Raymon, in this case, could step in for the injured Renegade and defend the light heavyweight title. It's all going to come down. Let's take it up to the ring for the introductions and to the ledge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in a World Wrestling Empire light heavyweight title defense. Coming in first, the challenger, standing 6 foot 1 inch tall, weighing in at 215 pounds. He is a former state of Oklahoma champion wrestler from Henrietta, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, the high-flying Shane Cortez.
We saw it here last week. Cortez came out, thought he was going to have a match against Renegade. Renegade was injured. Raymon negotiated somehow with the WWE Board of Directors.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, by special order of the Board of Directors, standing in for Renegade to defend the World Wrestling Empire Light Heavyweight Championship at 5 foot 11 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 196 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri, flamboyant Flaymin Raymon!
Flaymin Raymon definitely showing me he has guts. I was in that ring with Cortez just a couple of weeks ago. I didn't want to be. He suckered me in, body slammed me real good, and I'm still feeling the ill effects from it. Raymon showing his courage and dedication to his man Renegade by offering up his services and his courage to step in the ring against Shane Cortez.
Courage,
courage.
Did I hear the word courage associated with Flaymin Raymon?
Are you telling me that you disagree with the fact that it takes a lot of courage on this man's part to step in the ring with a man he knows could permanently injure him?
I think Flaymin Raymon is grasping for straws, and I think he knows he doesn't stand a chance against Shane Cortez.
He does, and I'll tell you why. Look at ringside, my friend. Renegade and Predator are both out here escorting Raymon.
Well, I think Renegade, even with the injuries on his worst day, is a better wrestler than Flaymin Raymon is. And I just think this is totally ridiculous. I don't understand the decision of the board. You know, I believe right there is what you're going to see as the outcome. I think Shane Cortez is going to walk out of here with this one.
I am seriously fearing for the health and physical well-being of my friend Flaymin Raymon. Cortez could easily hurt this man and put him out of professional wrestling for good.
All right,
Raymon
they're
got a
getting
lot of
ready.
guts to be in there.
Referee Doug McCoy checking over Flaymin Raymon.
I've got the light heavyweight title right here in my hands. It's on the line.
Raymon looks a little nervous there to me. Shane Cortez showing every bit of confidence.
Wouldn't you be a little nervous if you were looking across the ring at that?
Referee Doug McCoy has a few instructions for Shane Cortez. The crowd is going crazy, and there's the bell. Here we go, the crowd going crazy.
Cortez kicks Raymon.
Oh, go. Shane reaches
Small
in for a
package.
small package. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Cortez is the new World Wrestling Empire light heavyweight champion. Renegade is obviously upset. So is Flaymin Raymon. The crowd is going crazy. Shane Cortez is the new World Wrestling Empire light heavyweight champion.
I'm absolutely speechless.
Unbelievable. Renegade obviously upset. Raymond throwing a little tantrum in the middle of the ring.
That match couldn't have lasted a total time of 8 seconds. Cortez and Puto got a small package. Pins Raymond for the count of 3 and becomes the light heavyweight champion of the World Wrestling Empire.
Unbelievable. Raymond's in the middle of the ring apologizing to Renegade for that. The crowd is loving it. They're taunting Raymond and Renegade. Going to work on him. My gosh. I'll tell you what, we're going to let this straighten out right now. We're going to go to a word from our sponsors and come back here in just a minute. Unbelievable night here at the Empire. Oh, can't stand it. We'll be back with the recap right after these words from our sponsors.
The World Wrestling Empire returns to the Airport Air National Guard Armory for a live TV taping on Saturday, February 4th, 1995. Be there for Devlin Blanchard Fan Appreciation Night. Come to the door, say, "I hate Devlin Blanchard," and get in free. That's at the Airport Air National Guard Armory, 4200 North Mingo Valley Expressway. Doors open at 7, bell time is 8 o'clock. Be there. For your copy of tonight's show, send $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to the World Wrestling Empire, P.O. Box 593, Owasso, Oklahoma 74055. Or if you'd like to be notified of upcoming events, just write the World Wrestling Empire, P.O. Box 593, Owasso, Oklahoma 74055.
Unbelievable night here at the World Wrestling Empire with the Ledge and Devlin Blanchard. Of course, you saw it all happen right here. Annihilator busted the ring apart earlier in the evening against TJ Steele. TJ Steele, unlike the champion that he is, disqualified for the use of that chair. Unbelievable.
There was so much beef in that ring with TJ and the Annihilator. He whipped that big 322 pounds across that ring so hard, it broke the cables under the ring that hold the posts in a vertical position.
Snapped the inch cable in two, and of course then you saw a double disqualification. The belt's held up by referee Doug McCoy in the match between the Outlaws and the Southern Express. The referee lost control of that one. I don't see as to where he had any choice.
Strangest thing about that was one Outlaw had his shoulders pinned, and at the same time, one member of the Southern Express had his shoulders pinned. We lost track of who the legal man in the ring was. Thereby, the tag team titles have been held up. We'll have to see what the board rules on this.
Oh, and of course, then the match you just saw, I loved it. Raymond in the ring. Unbelievable. I never thought the guy would have the guts.
He was robbed. I mean, the man had his back turned. As soon as he turned around to meet his man, Cortez kicked him in the gut, rolled him up in a small package. Raymond thereby lost Renegade's light heavyweight title.
Whoa, we've got the fans about to tear down the place tonight. We need to say thanks to a few sponsors of ours, Davcom Video,
Downey Tax Service,
Bowen's Discount Carpet,
Luigi's Pizza,
Try Us for Insurance,
Jernigan Graphics and Design.
Also want to thank my personal sponsors, Sir Knight Formal Wear. Remind you that you can write to the World Wrestling Empire. We're going to give that address to you, but first we want to thank our executive officers, Lee Downey and Scott Marshall.
The executive administrator is Cindy Downey.
All right, and also the athletic director is Floyd Rabbit. Now, you can write to the World Wrestling Empire, P.O. Box 593, Owasso, Oklahoma 74055. If you'd like a tape of tonight's show, send $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to that right there, or we'll get you a tape in the mail. Also, that's a good way to find out where our next event is. Been a wild night at the Empire for Devlin Blanchard. I'm the Ledge, and this is about as much action as we can stand.
I can't believe it. Unreal.
This is the Faith and Values Channel.